Celia, softball podcast coming on here. Took a week off for the 4th of July, so let me make sure we're ready to go here. A lot to talk about. Softball world is chaos right now, by the way, just in general. Rumors and chaos and Lord knows what. I'm not going to dive too much into that, but it's crazy stuff going on right now. All right, let me send this in Messenger here to the boys, and we will get at it here. Let's put it in the group chat. There we go. All right, if you're on here live and you can hear me, see me, all that kind of stuff, say hi. Drop a word. Let me know you're in the house. Happy Tuesday. This is July 11th, so took the week off. What's up, Derek? Took the week off last week, post Crown Town Classic and 4th of July, and I also hurt the crap out of my back. So I've just been medically cleared. I can start hitting again, which actually we did today. Matt and I went out there. But yeah, somehow, I don't know if anyone's ever done this before. I strained my lumbar in KC. It was very strange. It was like, I don't know if anyone's, I'm sure if you play softball or sports, you're familiar with back injuries. But it was a weird one because it wasn't like I swung and all of a sudden I felt hurt. It wasn't like something happened acutely. It just sort of happened over time. Like I woke up in the morning, I was like, oh, my back's like a little bit stiff. And by nighttime, Saturday night, I literally couldn't move. It was a little scary actually. But the good news, took like 5-6 days off, feeling way better. But that was a fun end to the Kansas City trip for sure. Fun end to the Kansas City trip was not being able to move on the bed. Do you know what I mean? It is Farhad. It is absolutely that, my friend. It's hell getting old. I felt about 194 years old on Saturday night in Kansas City because came back, the worst hour ever is when you lose a tournament. Like when you get eliminated, that next hour just sucks. Like hour, 2 hours, it just sucks. Nobody's happy, pissed off. You got to get some food. You got to get a shower. So I go back, shower, eat some food, and I lay down. I was like watching a movie or something, and the next thing I knew, I literally couldn't move. Like I had to roll into the bathroom. It was rough. Matt had to help me down to the car the next day. Ugh, welcome to being old, my friend. But it's all good. Way back at it now. Got some good help from the doctors, so shout out to that, and we're ready to go. So this is episode number 89 of the Siteman Softball Podcast, and we've got a lot to talk about here today. New Siteman players, Siteman Pure Bat update, and more. Big thank you to the Siteman Cancer Center for their sponsorship of this episode. Reminders, at Siteman Softball on Instagram, SitemanSoftball.com. You can find out everything about the team. You can see all the podcast episodes, everything there, and Siteman Softball Nation on Facebook. All right. Deep breath. All right. So let's start with the update. A quick update for the Siteman Pure Bats. I was hitting them today. They were smoking. I was hitting the ASA and the U-Trip one. I was out there hitting 52s in 100 degrees. First of all, here's what I need. Oh, the U-Triple-SA bats have arrived at Pure. The ASA ones are almost there. And everything should be shipping in the next 2 weeks, according to Pure. So they're right on schedule. We kind of talked about as they'd be coming in around July 11th. And so they should be shipping within the next 2 weeks. That is the word for me. Don't shoot the messenger, obviously, on that. But that is what I heard. Well, that's what Matt talked to Pure, talked to me. That is the update on that. Now, when is the next drop? I am not sure when the next drop of the bat is. What we've told Pure is you let us know 2 to 3 weeks before, and then we'll be ready to go. So when the next drop is, because there will certainly be more bats for sale, we will let you know. I told them, hey, give us 2-3 weeks. Give us 2-3 weeks so we can get prepared and get all ducks in a row, and we'll be ready to go. So we're going to wait to hear on that, and I'll let you know when the next drop of the bats is. In the meantime, so to recap, right? If you pre-ordered a Siteman Pure Bat, it should be shipping from Pure in the next 2 weeks, about 2 weeks, okay? That's what I've heard. Yay. If you've not ordered one and you want to get one, the only option really is to get with Matt Petrov, who's got, I don't know, maybe he'll have 40, and he's probably just got a handful left. About many of those, probably 30 of them are promised to people when they come in. Those are shipping in the next 2 weeks as well. And then from there, we'll let you know when the next drop is online. Cool? Makes sense? All right. Very cool. So again, thank you for everyone that has supported and purchased a bat and all kinds of things like that as well. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. And Matt, double check on this for me. I know you're going to listen or watch this later. So Matt's got to check this on me. We're going to give away a few bonus Siteman Pure hats. I know we got a few extras, Matt. We don't have a ton, but let's do this. Here's what I'm going to do. When you get your bat and you take a picture with it or a video hitting it, or you just take a picture of you in the bat, whatever, tag me on Facebook or Instagram. So David Garland, facebook.com/David Garland, or David Siteman Garland on Instagram. Okay. Make sure to tag it, make it public, right? And anyone that gets a bat and tags me in a post, we will do a drawing, and we're going to give away some Siteman Pure hats, some additional hats. Everyone got a Navy limited edition hat with their purchase, but we got some other ones too. So Matt and I will get together, and we'll mail it to you at our cost. We'll figure it out. So tag me in a photo, tag me in a video when you get your bat, and we're going to hook you up another Siteman Pure hat. All right? Okay, Matt. Okay, yeah, I like that, Matt. That's even better. We'll give you a whole set of Siteman Pure hats. That's going to be 5 hats. You're already going to have a Navy one. We should be able to set you up with another 5 hats. 5 hats, right? So tag it in the photo. I'll have more about that when it comes out. Once I'm confirmed that they're shipped, all you have to do is tag me in a post with a photo or video with the bat. All right, fair enough? Cool. Let's give a whole set away. I like it. I like it. I feel like we're on like the old school QVC channels here, you know? All right. So that's that. So that's it on the bats. Let's talk now. First of all, it's funny. It's only been about a week and a half, less than a week and a half, but it seems like Kansas City was a long time ago. And the reason it seems so long ago is because we had, the holiday, then we had the Smoky, all that kind of, and yeah, Matt, we'll figure it out. We're going to make a nice little package for people. We'll call it a Siteman package that we'll create for people that tag us, tag me in the photo or video. We'll talk about that in the next coming weeks as the bat comes out. So Kansas City seems like a long time ago because a lot of things have happened since then. A lot of things have happened. Kansas City was, man, for us, another tournament, another problem, right? We learned about these problems. It's almost like putting out a lot of fires. Like you put out a fire and then another fire comes, and then another fire, and you put that one out, another fire comes. This tournament, our main problem in this was bad home runs. Let me say that again. Bad home run management in this tournament killed us. Killed us. Because we had so many tight games that we lost by 1 or by 3 or whatever. And it was a nightmare because of the home run management, right? The way this tournament went for us, we played Sonic on Friday night. And fun fact, if you listen to my last podcast episode, which is before the tournament, I said that Tees 13 versus Sonic game was going to be very tight. I thought it could go either way because Tees is a very good A team. Sonic is a very good C team. They probably play above a C team. The way that they play, they've got a great pitcher in Spencer Washington. They've got several very good players on that team. They're well ran. So, Sonic I knew was a sleeper going in there. And, I can tell you right now, we are always prepared for whoever we play. We don't look at a team. We don't look at a letter and say, hey, they're C team. We're going to kill them. We don't look at a letter and be like, our major team. We're going to get killed by them. Can't worry about that. You gotta send out your best game. So Sonic, we started with on Friday night, and it was a very competitive game. The ball was actually not flying very well in this game at all. This was the only weekend the ball was not flying very well. I think there was a wind kind of swirl going on, and so that's why you had such a low-scoring game. We ended up kind of sneaking by Sonic 15-9 in that game. I do have to give credit on this game to our pitcher, Mr. David Bear, was absolutely lights out in that game. Absolutely lights out in that game. That was a game where we didn't play very well from a hitting side, 15 runs. We played well defensively. But really the difference there was the pitching in that game, meaning David's ability to get misses. Spencer pitched very well for them as well. But that was great, and it was awesome to see David, who now had a few more weeks off, to be so much better on the knee, and he pitched very well the entire weekend. He was a bright spot. We had numerous bright spots. I mean, Daniel Larson had an incredible weekend. Jagger was hitting him. We had a lot of very positive things that happened. But again, we have this problem this year of losing close games. And when you lose close games, it comes down to little details or things that happened that you try to correct. And so the West Point game was second round, playing West Point, very good team. We know that. We beat them in Chicago. That didn't mean anything. We knew they'd be out for revenge. We knew they're a good team. We know they can hit, right? That West Point's all about hitting. That team is about hitting. And that game was interesting. They jumped out to a massive lead on us. Massive lead. And what I is we showed a lot of heart, a lot of fight, did not get frustrated with that, and we fought right back into the game and took the lead back. I'm talking about down about 18, and we came back and took a lead. It was crazy. And as Matt says, we've lost 7 1 or 2 run games, which might be a new conference record. Yeah, that is true. We ended up losing by 3, but it felt like 1. What happened was the game was 33-33 in the 7th inning. 33-33 in the 7th inning. Everybody's out of home runs. So you have a 1-inning E game. Who can win a 1-inning E game, right? Answer in this case was they got some hits. They did some shapoopies. They did a nice hit, blah, blah, blah. They were able to grind out, 4 runs in that top of the 7th, right? We have the hammer there, and, we just were able to score 1. We got a few guys on base. We were able to score 1. West Point ends up winning 37-34 and then rolls through the whole tournament. So that was really their only close game of the tournament was against us. And that was literally a tie game in the 7th inning. And that was a new problem that we were like, oh, we're out. And we had some problems hitting the ball down in that game. Then we go and play Beachy Construction. So Beachy Construction, shout out to Stephen Robbs and that team. They're a very good team. We knew that going in. I would have to say definitely my favorite as of now for winning B Worlds. I would have to say Beachy Construction. I think they got a very good team top to bottom. Defensively, offensively, pitching. Very, very solid team, Beachy Construction. And, that was a game where it was a little bit different. We jumped out to a lead, but then ran out of home runs and then just watched Beachy slowly crawl back and us being a bad ability, having all kinds of trouble hitting the ball down. That's what happened that game. And they came back and clipped us in, wait for it, 9 innings. 9 innings. And by the way, another shout out to David Barry. Pitched great that game, held them scoreless for there at the end, even though they had a home run left. And they just tracked us down in that game and ended up, they had the hammer. You could kind of feel that game was going to go to whoever had the hammer. And they won it 28-27 in 9 innings. So we ended up losing to West Point in a very close game, losing to Beachies in a very, very close game. And that's, we went to the drawing board and we said, hey, how do we get better here? Like, how do we figure this out? We're going into Evansville, then the conference championship, and then Worlds. And we're so close, but we got to get over that hump, right? It's not like we're losing games 30-0 or 30-2, 25-6. Those happen, right? We're talking about a mind-numbingly large amount of 1-run games. I'm talking about Beachies, 28-27, West Point, 37-34. Let's go back to Windy City Major, Comatose, 26-25 loss, right? Let's see. There was a loss to Sports Reach in Texas, 40-39. Lost to Bay Area Legends in Texas, 20-19. Lost to Roof X, AA team, very good AA team, 16-14, right? We lost, and then there's a bunch of 3-run games. We lost to Taylor Made by 3. We lost to this team by 3. We lost to this team by 3. So you look at it, it's, there's a difference between going out there and being like, okay, we don't have the talent. We're not good enough. What are we going to do? And it's not about that. It's just getting over that, getting to that next level of play. We've played nowhere near our best game of ball yet, right? We've played some games very well. True being a really good one when we beat them pretty good in Texas. We've played some very, very good games. Very good game against Rebel, things like that. But we just haven't gotten over that last hump. And so we went to the drawing board and we said, okay, what do we need to do to get a little bit better? What can we tweak, right? And you look at everything. You look at every single thing that's going. And we're like, okay, well, one thing, our pitching is doing great. David it looks very healthy now. Looks great. Defense has been solid. Okay. Where can we improve on both sides of the ball? What can we find? Well, the first answer that we brought in is that you guys saw on social media, Kenny Leach. Okay, so Kenny Leach is a veteran player. Played last year with Hubs Pub. He's played many years in the conference. And, Kenny, a ton of athletic ability and experience, right? But what he does extremely well, he also play a lot of different positions as well. But what he does extremely well, and I know this because I've played against him and it's been frustrating, is that he can hit the ball down as good as I've seen. Meaning he can hit his holes, he can get that spot. Sure, he can hit a home run if he needs to, but he's got an ability to play the game, and he's done that at the highest level. We're not guessing if he's level. He knows he can do it at the highest level. Also an intense competitor, great athlete. So we're bringing Kenny Leach in, and he'll make his debut at the Evansville duel for Siteman Pure. Then we brought in Mr. Earl Slayback, I believe is the way we pronounce the last name, but don't hold me to that. Okay. Now Earl, we've had our eye on for a while. He's a young kid, 22, 23, somewhere around there, who has an absolute ton of ability and potential. How we know this is behind the scenes with Competitive Edge. He played one of the tournaments, Brandon or Farhad, you got to remind me. I was talking to Tyler Irvine about it. He played something with you guys. Was it the Trip or something like that? Did a great job for Competitive Edge in a non-conference tournament. And then he played in Chicago. I was saying before Chicago, he played with some of the guys. Yeah, in the Trip, right. Then he came and played Chicago, played a conference tournament. He was added at like 4:59 p.m. on Thursday or something, right before the cutoff of the roster for Competitive Edge. Came out, played some right field, batted .750, unbelievable catches, athletic ability, through the roof. So we've had our eye on him since then, and we got that done. So Earl is going to be joining us in Indiana as well, and excited to bring. He's a guy who can play a lot of positions. Can play middle, can play outfield. Can hit the ball up, hit the ball down, and believe it or not, something we could use, someone that can run. We have a few people that can run, but now we've got someone that probably won't get tired from running, so that's good. And, a lot of ability there, and I think this is a good lesson for anyone that is looking to get noticed and play conference ball, right? You got to take the opportunities when they come. Do you know what I mean? I don't know the whole story about how Competitive Edge and Earl came together to play at the Trip and then Chicago, but by putting yourself out there and then jumping on opportunities, you never know who's watching. You never know what's going to hold from there. Even if you call it bats or whatever it might be, people start paying attention. So if you get that call up, whoever it is, take it for God's sakes and take advantage of it. So what we're adding a veteran in Kenny Leach. We're adding an up-and-comer in Earl, and we think that mix with group is going to really, finish that year strong. We're currently ranked 25th, but we're in all kinds of striking distance. I got to give credit to conference this year. The way that they've structured everything, it's almost like everybody's still in it, meaning to make that top 18. But we're at 25. And we're going to be going into Evansville looking to replace two of our scores, and then we're going to go from there. So that's kind of the look at it and kind of bringing you in behind the scenes to share a little bit about the mindset and kind of where we're looking to improve. Farhad says, I got him to come to Trip to get eyes. What led to him coming to Chicago with us. This is someone taking advantage of an opportunity. I 100% agree. 100% agree with that. And, what we're doing here, there's all kinds of chaos going on in the softball world. There always is. There's always rumors. There's chaos. There's shenanigans. We're not worrying about laser vision on Evansville. That's what we're worried about, is Evansville and going from there, getting a little bit better every tournament. And, this season has definitely felt like a bit of a crazy marathon with some weird breaks in it. But, we've yet to play our best ball. And there's no better time here as we go into that season. So Evansville Dual Conference Championships Worlds, right? So that's where we're at. Our group chat, very positive. People are fired up. Keeping it going and finding that next level of game. So that is kind of the update behind the scenes of Siteman Pure, the new Siteman players, and of course the update on the Siteman Pure bats. So that pretty much covers it here on the Siteman Softball Podcast. Reminders at Siteman Softball on Instagram, SitemanSoftballNation.com, and SitemanSoftball.com, and at Siteman Softball Nation on Facebook. Everyone, we'll talk soon. See ya.